Welcome back to our Beatrice YouTube channel. In today's class, we're going to learn how to make this beautiful dress. It's a detachable dress, so it has a jumpsuit underneath it when you detach the bubble skirt. So in today's class, we're going to be focusing on how to make this simple play suit for a 2-year-old. I have a tutorial on how you can make the ruffle skirt as well, and then I'm going to link it in the description box down below.
Okay, so I'm going to draft it on the paper first. You can also draft directly on fabric, but we want this to be visible, so we are drafting on paper. I'm using this scuba fabric for the shorts, and then this sequin lace for the upper part of the dress. That's the half length. So I'll draft the half length first. It's an outer neck play suit, so it's very simple to make. I'll start by marking out my shoulder point. The shoulder is 8 divided by 2 is 4. So here I'm going to mark 4 inches, and then I'm going to mark my neck width, which is 2 inches. So on these 4 inches, I'm going to mark my shoulder slope half an inch, and I'm going to mark my neck depth here as well. I'm working with 2.25 for my neck depth. So I'll grab my ruler and connect all of this together. So after that, I'm going to mark my armhole line. The armhole is 5, so here I'm going to mark 5 inches and then connect. And then on that place, I'm going to take my bust measurement, chest. Okay, chest is 20 divided by 4 is 5. Then I'm going to mark my seam allowance to that as well. So here I'm going to mark my half length. The half length is 10 inches, so here I'm going to mark 10 inches and then mark the round measurement there. Okay, it's 5 inches as well, plus 1 inch allowance makes it 6 inches. So I'll connect the side seam like that. So here I'm going to curve out my armhole line, and like I said, it's an halter neck. So to create the halter neckline, you decide where you want the opening to be. Okay, so for me, you can mark your neckline and divide that by 2. That's okay with you, you mark it there, but I don't want this to be too opened. So from the neckline here, I think I'm just going to come down by 1 inch, which is around here. So after that, I'm going to take my curved ruler again and connect from that 1 inch to my armhole. Okay, so this is the new neckline. We are no longer working with this. So I'm done with the front. So for the back, I already drafted the back as well. This is my zipper allowance here, and here from there I'm going to mark my neck 4 inches for my back, for the neck with 2 inches, for the neck depth for the back I'm working with 0.75 inches, and I'll come down for my shoulder slope as well, just like we did for the front. So I'll connect all of this together. So here you're going to mark your armhole as well, just like we did, and then your full length of 10 inches. So here, this is my armhole, this is my full length. So on that point, I'm going to mark my bust 5 plus 1 inch allowance. I'll do the same thing on the waistline as well, and then I'm going to connect it. So we are done. The next thing now is to create the halter neck for the back as well. So like I did for the front, I'm just going to mark maybe 1 inch as well, or not as much because the back neckline is smaller. And then with my ruler, I'm going to connect that to the armhole again. So this is my new armhole. You don't need to draw the first one. So for the center back, depending on what you want, I want it to have like a big keyhole at the back here. So I just place my curved ruler and then create what I want. So it's totally up to you. You can just use your normal back, but I want the back to be opened, so I'm doing this. So I just came up by maybe 1 inch or 1 1/4, and then I do the keyhole. You can do it up to your waistline if you want, but it's totally up to you. So I'm going to extend this into my armhole. So now we can cut. But before you cut out, there is a collar around the neckline. If you cut it out now, you'll not be able to mark out what your actual neck measurement is going to be, because all of this must have gone off. So before I cut out, I'll take my tape round the neckline. So now for this, I have about, I think 3 1/4 inches for the front neckline. So for the back, I'm going to start marking from the 3 1/4 here and then complete it. Okay, so we just want to have an idea of what the neckline looks like, the neck width looks like, before we cut it out. So this is around 5.5 inches. Okay, so this is half scale bodies. So for the two sides, that will be a total of 11 inches. So I'll write 11 inches somewhere. That's what I'm going to use to cut out my collar. It's very important, don't forget that. So after that, now I'm going to go ahead and cut out this pattern that I have. So this is the front. You don't want it tightly fitted. You can add like 1/2 inch each. I think I'm going to add that when I'm cutting on my fabric. So for the back, I'm cutting out the keyhole. Like I said, this keyhole is not compulsory. If you don't want it, you don't have to put it. So if you want your neckline to have extension here, I'm going to be using bra hook, so I don't need the zipper allowance there. That's why I'm cutting it out. And you can also extend with your collar if you want, so it's not necessary. So here I'm connecting like this, and then here I'm going to cut out the outer neck shape that I created as well. So this is what the back is going to look like. You can see this is the front and this is the back. So this is the neckline for the front, this is the neckline for the back. These are the armholes that we are working with, and it's going to be joined together with our collar. So you cut this on fold, and then you cut 2 for this. So now we move to the pants. For the pants, it's very simple. I'm going to mark from my half length how long you want the total play suit to be. So we already did 10 inches for our half length. I want it to be around 21 inches long. So here I'm going to mark the 21 inches, and then I'll connect like this. So after connecting it, I want it to have a pleat on the waist. Remember, we are working with 6 inches before for the half length and allowance and everything. But for me, I want it to have a pleat at the waistline. So I'm adding extra for the pleat. So I think I'll just add extra 3 inches so that the inverted pleat will be pronounced. So they will make it 9 inches for me. So adding pleats will just mean that by the time I pleat it, I'm going to have like an A-line effect, which is what I want. So from there, I'm going to mark my crotch. The crotch I'm working with is 7 inches. So I'll mark 7 inches and then make it into a straight line. So to cut my crotch curve, the 9 inches that I marked there, I'm going to mark it on the crotch line as well, and then I'll make that into a straight line. So now you're going to take your curve ruler and then mark out your thigh measurement very loosely. It's not a tightly fitted jumpsuit, so I'm just marking 11 inches. That's adding 2 inches to what I marked on the waistline. So I have 11 inches here, and on the hem I'm going to mark the same 11 inches and take it down. It's not a fitted play suit. I want it to have like an A-line effect. Okay, so here I'm going to place my curve ruler and then draw out my crotch cuff. Sorry, the marker is fading off. Okay, so this is going to be my crotch cuff. So by the time we take the plate here, we're going to take it back to the measurement that I started with. You can see I'm going to have about 6 inches back, and then it's going to just make this place broader. That's the start that I want to go for. So now I'm cutting out the short as well, and then I'll go ahead and cut this on my fabric. So when I cut it on my fabric, I'll bring it back. So you can cut for the side of the short. You can cut this part on fold so that you don't have to join it again. So that's what I'm going to do. I'm going to make sure to cut this side on fold so that I won't have to join together. I'm going to cut it on my fabric. This is the front half length and this is the lining. So I'm going to go ahead and use this to turn the armhole. Remember, it's sleeveless. You can leave the neckline open. We are still going to use our collar to control it, so it's not going to be an issue. So this is the front and this is the back. So you cut two for the back like I explained, and then you cut your lining as well. So for the back, I'm going to turn the neck, the back, center back. I'm going to turn the armhole. You can leave the neckline and the half length if you want. Okay, so this is the back, and for the short, I have cut it out. Like I said, for me, I don't want it to have a side seam, so I just put it on fold and cut. So this can be front or back for me. But for the back, I'm going to be adding a zipper, and I did not add zipper allowance to it, but thankfully I have enough excess allowance that I intend to use to pleat. So I can take from that, or I can just sew the zipper by 1/2 inch that I'm going to use to sew the crotch, so it's not going to be a problem. So for the short, it's easy because it's not open it at the back, so you just sew on the crotch, and for the back I'm going to leave it open up to around here for my zipper, and then I'm going to sew the crotch as well. So I'll go ahead and do all this and bring it back to show us. Okay, so I have turned the armhole area, you can see, and then I top stitched on it so that I can relax because this fabric is very foamy. So this is the neck armhole, this is the neckline for the back, the center back, I mean this is the neckline for the front, this is the small neckline that we have for the back. So this is what it looks like, and the collar is what is going to join everything together for us. So you can see the keyhole that I have at the back, and then I went to sew the side seams together. This fabric is very harsh, so you have to turn it like this so that's not going to hurt the child when the child is wearing it. So you make sure you sew its lining separately and the main fabric separately. So this is what we'll have. And then for the short, I'm gonna head to join the crotch. For the back, like I said, I left space for my zipper before joining the crotch. Then after that, I just opened it up and sew it on the under area. So this is what the short looks like now. So the next thing is for me to join the front and back, the short to the upper body. So here I'm notching my center front. So this center front, I'm going to match it together with this center front, and then I'll pin it. So after matching the center front, you're going to notch the side of your shirt as well. Remember, you do not sew it, so there's no side seam to indicate the seam line. So this side, I'm going to match it with the side of the half length as well. Okay, so after matching all of this, you clearly see the excess that you have for pleats. So for my pleats, I'm going to mark around, from my center front, mark around 2.5 inches, and that is where I'm going to create my inverted pleat. So you are going to match it to this side and then do the same thing to the other side. So this excess that I have here is what is going to make the pleats for me. So you just divide them like this, an inverted pleat, so you make sure to have equal on both sides, and then I'll pin it down. So it's that simple. That's what you're going to do to the other side as well as the back. So now I have pinned this down. If you take it to the right side, you can see this is what we're going to have. We're going to have pleats here. I'll do the same thing for this side as well. So if you don't want to have these pleats, you don't have to. You just need to cut your waistline the exact measurement that you have for your waist. I just want this trouser to the pants to be as free as possible. That's why I'm doing this. So for the other side as well, I'm going to mark the same 2.5 inches that I marked, and then I'm going to create the pleat just like I did. This video is already getting long, so I'm just going to do the rest off camera. So I've created that pleat there and I'm holding it. So for the back, you first match this to the center back first, and then from the center back I'm going to mark 3.5. remember there's a zipper allowance there. The 3.5 or 3 inches is fine, and then the excess that I have here, I'm just going to use that to form the pleats. So that's how you do it. It's very simple, and you do the same thing on the other side. So after this, now I'll take it to my sewing machine and sew. So you can see it's still pinned, it's not sewn yet. This is what it's going to look like. You can see your pleat. You can even divide it into two, like have one pleat here, have one pleat there, depending on what you want. So this is the back, this is the side we have pleated, and this is the side we are yet to pleat. So after sewing it round, the next thing to do now is to fix my zipper. So the zipper is going to be from here. Okay, remember this place is open, so the zipper is from here all the way to wherever here. So I'll do all of that now, then we will fix the collar. Okay, so I have sewn it, you can see, and then I fixed the zipper at the back. So this is what the back looks like, and this is what it looks like on the front. So the last thing to do now is to fix the collar. Remember we measured out 11 inches for our collar. So I'm going to cut my collar. I have a tutorial on how you can cut collar already. Like I said, this video is already very long. So what I'm doing is just notching the center point of the collar, and I'm going to match it against the center point of the main bodies like this. You can make sure that right side is facing right side. Okay, so I'll match it like this, and then you're going to connect to the end of the front just like this. So after that, we're going to move to the back and then match the center front to the back as well. So this space now is the space that we cut out. That's why I said you have to mark it first before you join. So you do the same thing for the other side as well, and then you sew. So I'll go and sew it. After that, I'm going to hem the trouser and it's ready. Okay, so I am done making it now. You can see I have sewn in the collar, and this is what it looks like. So I'm going to fix a bra hook here to hold them together, and then you take it to your ironing table and give it a good press. I also hem the lower part. So on this lower part or the waistline, you can design it with trimmings if you want. So now, like I said, it's going to be a detachable dress. I'm going to make a Canadian smoking bubble skirt on it. So I will link the tutorial on it as well in the comment section so that you can check that out.